Okay, so today's video is going to be on my boy Jerry Lewis. I am a huge Jerry Lewis fan. Like, I love him. Like, I remember my dad showing me The Nutty Professor. Like, that was like one of like 3 movies we were allowed to watch as kids, The Nutty Professor, and I thought it was just so funny. And I've just been such a huge fan of his. I love him. I like go on YouTube all the time, like looking at his stuff. I just think he's super funny. You know. And so anyways, when I saw him trending on Twitter the other day, I, of course clicked on it to see what was happening, First thing I thought, oh my god, he died, I'm so sad. But thankfully he's still alive. But he kind of just got his self in a little bit of trouble, which is so silly to me. So I kind of wanted to do this video because I just think that people like overreact so much on like someone's opinion. So someone like Jerry Lewis's opinion is gonna like be a trending topic just because he has something to say about something. So anyways, I thought it was kind of interesting and it kind of got me to thinking, as always when I'm reading these articles online, are women funny? Because, okay, so if you guys don't know, Jerry Lewis is kind of like famous for saying he doesn't find women funny. He doesn't like seeing them like that. It takes him back a little bit. What was the thing? He says, when someone asked him who his favorite female comedians was, he says, I don't have any. And then they asked him about Melissa McCarthy and Sarah Silverman. He said, of them performing, I can't see women doing that. It bothers me. I cannot sit and watch a lady diminish her qualities to the lowest common denominator. And first of all, they use Sarah Silverman and Melissa McCarthy as like their female comedians, which is like the worst thing ever. It's like, okay, that doesn't work. But then I was thinking, like, okay, the way he said it was a little outdated and made him seem a little of an anti-feminist, as am I. You guys know how I feel about men versus women and, all that stuff. But I kind of got to thinking, like, okay, let me think about this, Trish. Like, let me think. Is there female comedians that are funny? Do I laugh at any female comedians? And the answer was no. Here's the thing. There is a reason when you go to the Laugh Factory, the only stand-ups are pretty much men, and then there's like 1 or 2 women, and I think that must be like an employment thing, like you have to have a woman in the workplace sort of thing. But I've gone to shows at the Laugh Factory where it's all men, and if you think about it, like the whole comedic romance comedies, I mean, the guys are always the funny one. There's no like funny girls necessarily. So I was thinking, like, is this even an opinion or is this a fact? I mean, it's kind of like a fact. Like, women aren't funny. Think about YouTube, guys. Okay, ready? Think about YouTube. So YouTube just had their big comedy week, right? I wasn't asked to be a part of it. Why? Because girls aren't funny. I think we can be unintentionally funny, but to be like someone like Jerry Lewis or Andy Kaufman or Dane Cook, I don't know, I'm just throwing that out there. I don't think that's ever going to be in the cards for women. I think women are, and then people are going to say, oh, like Lucille Ball. But like Lucille Ball wasn't a comedian. You know what I'm saying? Like she wasn't, that doesn't count. She wasn't a comedian. And to be honest, when I watch I Love Lucy, the comedic relief is Ricky Ricardo. Like he's amazing. And same thing with Sonny and Cher. Like Sonny is the comedic relief. So like girls can aid in being funny. But I have to agree, like women aren't funny. And then I was thinking, like, why aren't women funny? Like why can't we be funny? And sometimes just like in everyday life, like there is just like something genetically that men are stronger than women. And there's just something that men in their mind can multitask. We can't necessarily do that. That's why women are bad drivers. That's why I'm a bad driver. You know what I mean? So I think something just genetically, there's just a funny bone missing, if you will. But regardless of whether you agree women are funny or women aren't, I don't see what the big thing, like why everyone has to be in a tizzy over this. I've learned to keep my mouth shut when it comes to talking about my anti-feminist beliefs. Truth be told, you guys, that video about me being an anti-feminist about why I think like women should like stay home, work, be in the kitchen, oh my gosh, it's gotten me in troubles where like certain websites banned me from shopping because it's an all-female company, and they like literally will ban me from shopping or commenting or anything on their posts. It was like crazy. So I've learned to keep my mouth shut, but here's the thing. Jerry Lewis is, how old is this guy? This guy is old. 87. This guy's 87. Like, you cut him some slack, right? Like, my grandpa used to say derogatory names about the Japanese, but you don't go all up in arms and be like, Grandpa, you can't say that. Like, they're old. They get a pass. Just like I'm a woman, so I get a pass on things I say. Do you know what I mean? Anyways, I thought it was kind of interesting. Not to say, like I said, not to say women can't aid in the funny. I mean, you can't have a rom-com without a female and some boobies, you know what I'm saying? But I thought it thought it was interesting the uproar it is. And when you look at the facts of it, like, women just aren't funny. Like, you can't change that. You can't change it. And then go, oh, what I was gonna say about here on YouTube, like, look at the big YouTuber, YouTube Comedy Week. This is where we were going. YouTube Comedy Week had all these males participate. So it was like Hassan G and just, well, who else? I don't know. I didn't watch it. But the only two like females that were highlighted were Jenna Marbles and Daily Grace, neither of which are really funny. Jenna Marbles is hot, so she gets a lot of views. Daily Grace is sort of like, oh, I'm quirky, kind of like the Zooey Deschanel thing, so people just kind of like laugh at her rather than with her, if that makes sense. But anyways, I love them both. No hate, no shade. But anyways, people were wondering my opinion. Well, no, one person was wondering my opinion on Twitter, and I thought I'll make a video on it because that is what I do, and I did not have a video for today. So anyways, I would love to hear your opinion on it. Do you think I'm like crazy, or do you kind of see where I'm at? I'm just playing devil's advocate here, right? So I'm not gonna say like, I mean, I already kind of said that like women are not funny, but just devil's advocate here. Think about it. Think about why, you know, men can like cook dinner, help with homework, and talk and not burn the food, as opposed to like us women always burning food when we just like try and focus on like potatoes and meat, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's very complicated for us women. It's very complicated. Why is that? I don't know. But think about it this way, ladies. Even though we may not be funny, we can have the babies, and we get stuff for free. I mean, we get our gas pump for free just because we got boobies, you know? I mean, like, how awesome is that? That's pretty cool if you ask me. So anyways, I'll gladly hand over the funny to the men and keep the boobies for the girls, you know? And yeah, I think that's it. But anyways, yeah, okay, that's gonna do it for me. Hopefully this is not gonna get me in trouble. I try and be as PC as humanly possible, because I'm telling you, I get in so much trouble with what I have to say, but sometimes it just bothers me so much. And Jerry Lewis, I love you so much. If you're single, I'm single, woo! And, oh, can you see my bra? If you saw any of my bra, it's a nude bra, it's not my boobs. But yeah, okay, I'm gonna just go ahead and go before I say anything more with my big mouth. Alright, love you guys, and I'll see you in my next video. Goodbye!